All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And this video is pretty interesting. We're headed up to PatBuilt Performance because there's a car at the shop that I don't think anybody, I sure as hell didn't think would be there. Pretty cool. We're gonna take the S650 up there. I need to go ahead and drive the car around because we have not driven this car in a very, very long time. What I mean by long time is like a week or so. So if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. This is really, really interesting because it's what I want to do to mine. All right, let's get this cold start. Oh, I gotta get gas. That's how long it's been since I've actually driven this car. Station. We call a little bit of rush hour traffic. Not gonna lie, y'all, it is kind of weird driving this car again. The clutch is so light compared to that Vengeance Stage 2, but obviously this car is way easier to drive because of all the assists, all the technology. It drives like a cloud. Hands down, best daily I've ever had. So glad I'm not on the front skinnies right now because, man, the car was kind of, it didn't drive bad, don't get me wrong, but with an actual full-size front, it's a lot better, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to running a front skinny, unless like this becomes like a full-on race car, but since I have the data with the full-size tire and the skinny, as of right now, there is no reason to go ahead and run a skinny. Maybe with boost, it'll make a little bit more of a difference, but as of right now, in a performance, there's no point. I'm gonna take that ride quality and peace of mind over that front skinny, for sure. It's not like I just can't get a full-size F14 for the front, put on the same exact tire. Got rev match, man. Rev match, man. Got two cops up there. They just posted up. Okay, so we're just not gonna drive. What's going on here? She's literally like on her phone. Jesus. Look at all this traffic. About to get caught in that. Ooh, G87 M2. State Trooper. What the hell is he doing in the grass right there? They tripping out here today, y'all, for real. Oh, it's nice, so G87 M2s. Might have to get me one of those. It'd be over if I got a G87 M2. Once you go BMW, it's a wrap, for real. Cheap ass Fords. Yeah, I'm gonna get used to all that, you know, technology, that comfort, you know, say that interior. I'm like, man, love the Shelby GT350, but man, if I got a G87 M2, this hoe gone. I'll tell you that right now. I could not look at this car the same. They fixed the pump. Oh, they did. They had a bag over it a couple days ago. Let's get it, baby. Let's fill up on some gas and be on the way.
One eternity later.
All right, pulling up. Whew. Oh shit. Quite a few people pulling up here. I should have pulled up in the Shelby GT350. Damn, I pulled up in the S650. Oh shit. Got another one. We got another one. Hell yeah. This car was gonna get done today. That's pretty cool. The ESS G3X 115.
Literally your same setup,
yeah,
just on a G3X.
I just got the belt mount too. The blowers sound the same. They're both loud. Yeah, the G3X versus the R.
Yeah, I'd say they're all kind of the same.
Yeah.
I don't really notice too much of a difference.
Yep.
I think they're a little quieter on the cover on that. Oh yeah, I think with the filter on, they're definitely quieter.
I think so too.
100%.
Because I've heard people like pull in and they're kind of quiet with the filter, but with it off, yeah. E85. She gonna be rowdy, bro. Yeah. She gonna be rowdy. Definitely gotta get an ET Street R.
Hey,
for sure.
It's gonna need a clutch.
Yeah, probably clutch. Well, it's like probably making like 800 something right now.
Yeah. I think it's probably close to like 8, just because the higher RPM, so.
Right.
I'd say you're probably closer to that.
I think the clutch will last. You'll get at least a month out of it. You'll get at least a month out of it. At least a month out of it. Don't no lift shift it though. Gotta bang the gears, but don't no lift. The no lift will tear it up. But you already got the gap cam set up. You got the ET Street SS's on here. They're saying it does not hook when it's a data log. So I know it's making power. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Got another ESS car. This one's on a big ass tire. Look at how big this tire is, man. 315 5017. God. You're gonna love it, bro. Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. That's badass. The wrap's cool too. Hell yeah. Well, what? With the
all these fucking turds right here.
Oh man.
Turd 1 versus turd 2. Part 5,000.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like after driving this car and dealing with that heavy clutch, like it was hella weird, like driving it. Hella weird driving it. Now what we got here is what I really came here for, because I was Really curious to see this. We have a Hellion Twin Turbo S650 here, y'all. It's manual. This is literally what I want to do to mine. Ooh, this grabber blue is tough too. It is popping. I believe it has 64, 66 turbos. Stock fuel system right now. On some R888Rs in the back. I'm gonna do a proper walk around. It's a little bit tight, but man, it's crazy. It's gonna be like the mid slash like bottom mount turbos. That's what I would honestly do. I know a lot of people love the top mount turbos, but actually, you know what? Thinking about it right now and looking at it, there's probably enough room to go ahead and have them on the S650 without running into issues. Because I know on the S550s, you know, you could potentially go ahead and start, you know, burning things quite literally because of how tight it was in front, top mount. But you honestly could probably fit it. You can see this car has an oil cooler too. Wow, I like that setup. It has the oil cooler and then the intercooler down here. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm actually really glad I saw this. So we have the oil cooler and then the intercooler. That's incredibly smart. That's something that I'm 100% gonna have to do as well because of the Texas heat. But this car is badass. Carbon fiber on here in the front, the lip. I like this. Honestly, where can I get this? Let me know down in the comment section where I can get this, that, because it's clean, simple, doesn't stick out. It's literally like the stock lip but carbon fiber. That is badass. I like that. Carbon fiber mirror caps as well. These wheels are nice too. R888Rs. I know these don't hook, but it's clean. It's clean. I like this. Some badass tint out here. A lot of nice cars. That Shelby, I hear it. Does it have the full exhaust back here? It does. Got Corsa. I know this car sounds amazing. Because in all reality, I kind of want to get an exhaust on mine too. I don't know if I'm going to dump. Well, no, I am going to dump it. What am I saying? I'm definitely going to dump it, but man, it's badass, y'all. Glad I got to see one of these similar setup. I don't know if I'd go with the 64 66s though. I'd probably do like the 62 62s, just for the fact that I want the turbos to light up quick. It is a manual, and you know, 1,000 horsepower light car or lightish car, that'd be what I would want. You know what I'm saying? 64 66s, that is 100% built motor, built transmission territory, which we'll get to. But you know, stock motor, stock transmission, realistically you want to build the car with not necessarily the limitations, but what you have, so it's efficient. And not saying a 64 66 combo wouldn't be efficient, but I know for a fact a 62 62, woo, that will be moving. But this is clean though, man. I mean, that's 650s. I don't care what nobody says. I like the way they look. I really do. I really do. But it always still crosses my mind that I want to get a 10R. I don't know, man. In all reality, what I'm probably gonna do is just boost the manual. Literally just boost the manual, enjoy it, and then just honestly take it off and put it on a 10R. I'm gonna lose my shirt doing that. It's gonna cost a shitload, but it'll be worth it. Or, you know, just keep the manual. Hell, if it's faster than the Shelby GT50, then just keep the manual. Even though I don't know if it will be, actually. Thinking about it now, it might not be. It might not be, especially with that clutch protection. But the NA performance, you never know. You never know. Let me know what y'all think. W twin turbo kit, or would you guys go Whipple, or would you guys go ESS, which some people are getting their hands on the production kits. Man, I want to get my hands on one. I want to see one. I want to ride in one. I want to drive one. I've already seen draggies and they're ridiculously fast, which is kind of why I want to get a 10R. But man, this car is clean. All right, so headed back home. Let me know what you guys thought of that twin turbo S650. Unfortunately, we were unable to get it started. Well, not really unable to get it started. We just weren't gonna start it because obviously if it's in the shop, it's getting some work done. I'm not gonna say what work is getting done to it, but you know what I'm saying? It's not my car, so I'm not gonna ask for it to get turned on if it's there to get some service done. So hopefully when it's good to be turned on, up and running, we can potentially, you know, make another video, follow up on it, because I'm actually curious because we have a manual S650 and I do want to twin turbo mine as well. But like I said, it's always in the back of my mind. I should get rid of this car and get a 10-speed. It just doesn't necessarily make sense to have two boosted manual cars, especially an MT82 car, when it's not if the transmission is going to break, it's a matter of when. And then obviously you have to build the transmission or swap it to T56, and the rear end gears would have to get swapped as well. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I love banging gears. I know I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be missing out on banging gears, but at the same time, I've never actually owned a boosted 10R. I've driven a boosted 10R, and I'm not gonna lie, I really did enjoy it. But obviously, driving one for like, you know, 20 minutes versus owning one, that is a completely different story. And I don't know if I'd like it for long term. It definitely would be a car that I would buy, boost, race, and then like as soon as I got bored, I probably would get rid of it. And honestly, I don't like treating cars like that. Like, I truly like the manual, but for what I want to do, I just don't know if it's the right decision. Like, realistically, I know the smart decision would be just to go get the 10-speed. Realistically, that would be the smart decision, but fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna keep battling that until I literally buy the turbo kit. And then it's like, okay, well, is it going on this car or is it going on another car? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one of those things. I need to decide. I don't know, but we will be pulling the trigger on a turbo kit within the next